Quick trivia question before we start this episode. Where on this planet can you find a border between the Netherlands and France? Kind of a tough one. Some of you guys may know it. I'll give you a second to leave it down in the comments if you do. Don't take too long though, and make sure you aren't pausing the video and cheating. It's actually in a Caribbean island called St. Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Team Martin Airlines. Oh my God, we've lost everything. We've lost all flaps. We've lost everything. We're falling fast. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely terrifying. We just really have to lose a lot of altitude fast because it spawned us in way too high. We didn't have an airport to take off from, so I hope you enjoyed your little nap that you just woke up from. Oh my goodness, that would be terrifying. But we had to lose a little bit of altitude to be able to land here. So yeah, St. Martin down here in the Caribbean. This is one of my personal favorite islands. Like, you know, here's a pilot. I'm glad you guys are out here paying me, being great customers of Team Martin Airlines. But I take personal pride in this one. You know, St. Martin is one of my favorite islands that I've been to. I've actually never flown into it. But I'm excited to show it to you guys, and I'm excited to let you guys experience, at least virtually, what this good old Princess Juliana International Airport is like. Some of you guys might have seen our vlog from it, but good old Princess Juliana here. It's AKA SXM is the name of the airport. This is one of the most interesting, one of the most unique, one of the most exciting airports in the world. And you guys will find out here very, very soon as we get closer. But before getting into that, I guess I should follow up on our little fun fact there at the start. Yeah, St. Martin's actually owned by two different countries, two different colonies. So the northern side of it is the actual Saint Martin. That's owned by France. The southern side here is owned by the Kingdom of the Netherlands, or the Dutch. So it's Sint Maarten, S-I-N-T. Definitely one of the most beautiful islands I've ever been to. I absolutely love it. Man, just so much green land, blue water, that sort of thing. They were hit pretty hard by Hurricane Irma a couple years back, but they've been rebuilding and stuff, and it's just like, I mean, I'm sure if you guys have ever been there, whether you've flown in or maybe been on a cruise ship, you guys know what I'm talking about. It is absolutely fantastic. But we're going to be flying in here, coming in from the south. This is, you know, if you're flying into St. Martin, you would be using SXM here, and you would be coming in from this direction. And this little patch of sand right here is called MAHO Beach, and that is pretty much like a mecca for airline fanatics, people that like planes, that sort of thing, because look at how close it is to the edge of that runway. There's the water, the beach, a two-way road, and then the runway. That's it. There's a fence that a lot of people will lean on. I think it's actually illegal to lean on that fence now. You guys will see the beach, the road, and then the runway there. And we're going to come in here, we're going to put our flaps and everything down, and we're going to go ahead and land. Starting off here with a pretty simple one. This is just a Cessna Skyhawk. It's got a nice big international runway here. Should be able to put this down no problem at all. Should be nice and easy. Just let her kind of slowly glide out of the sky. Absolutely beautiful. That was clean. But that's just the start. It's time to move up a level. Take a look at this beauty right here. A Cessna Citation CJ4. We're bringing out the PJ. That's going to be our step number 2, and we're going to come back in and land at MAHO again. But yeah, man, it's just like, you know, all av geeks, aviation fanatics, stuff like that. It's such a popular destination, even if you aren't into airplanes. Which, like, I'm not like necessarily an av geek by any means, but even if you aren't into it, it's still just one of the coolest experiences in the world, because you sit on that beach and these planes come. You almost feel like you could reach out and touch them. You know what I mean? Like they are that close. And occasionally you'll have jumbo jets come by and stuff like that, which is what we're going to be attempting to land here. It's just there's not a lot of room on the island. They can't make the airport any longer, so these pilots have to come in and just barely go over these fences, just barely over your head. And it's a pretty cool experience. Chelsea and I went, we vlogged it, one of our times that we went. So if you guys haven't seen that, I'll include some clips on screen for sure. But it's definitely really, really cool. You get some cool photos, some cool experiences. the whole thing is all about that. Like, there's bars and stuff on each side of it that will have the flight times of flights that are coming in and departing and stuff like that. It's just, it's a pretty special experience. So it's kind of cool to try to see this from the air. We're coming in right now. It's kind of hard to see exactly where it is. Are we in line here? I hope so. Yep. Seems like we are. So we're just going to keep on heading in this way. We're going to see if we can put this bird down. Now, I'm going to be honest. Speed really kills in this game. I struggle the most with speed. Like, that's the most difficult part with landing for me, is some of the faster planes. And you know, obviously the private jet is going to be our fastest option here. So we've got about 1,000 feet of altitude. We're coming in a little bit crooked. We're going to want to go a little left and then cut back a little right if we can. But hopefully we're going to be able to put this guy down. And then hopefully from there we can try to work on some of the jumbo jets. Now, you know, obviously the landings are the coolest part of this. Just seeing, like, you see all kinds of private jets coming in. You see like some mail carrying planes. You see some more local, you know, kind of prop planes and stuff like that. And then occasionally you get some big tourist jets. Oftentimes it's some of the smaller ones like the A320s and stuff like that. But occasionally you will get some big boy, you know, quad engine jumbo jets, which is the coolest part. But landing is amazing. Landing is definitely the coolest part about it. But the takeoffs are maybe equally as cool. I'm not gonna lie. So like I said, there's a fence. It goes like the beach, and then there's the road, and then there's a fence, obviously, that kind of separates everyone from the airport, so you can't just walk out onto the tarmac. Hold on, let's see if we can land this kind of smooth. I feel like that wasn't so bad. Kind of a little aggressive getting that nose down, but we did okay there. We still had quite a bit of runway to spare, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let's see if we can get one of the big boys out here. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. There's not a lot of margin for error here. We've tried landing these things a few times in, you know, some of the epic landing challenges. It hasn't always gone well, but we've got to lose a lot of altitude here. We're still fairly far out from the airstrip here, but it's gonna come up quickly. We're traveling pretty quickly, so yeah, dude, the landings are cool, but the takeoffs are just crazy. It's crazy to really feel the power that are behind these jets. So there's that fence. It's like the beach, the road, and then the fence, and then there's the tarmac. And obviously the planes don't go all the way up against it, so you're still, you know, a few hundred feet away from the plane. But when they fire those engines up, the wind speeds get, you know, 100 miles an hour or more, and it's all like the hot jet engine exhaust. So like I definitely had a killer headache afterwards. But it's just this hot wind and sand and dirt and grit, and you feel like you're getting these gas fumes all over you, because you are. So you feel all dirty and greasy, but it is such a cool experience. And when we were there, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a few people were going up on the fence, and you like hang on the fence and it blows you back, and you've got your shirt blowing in the wind and stuff like that. So I was like, I mean, that looks amazing. I'm gonna go do that. Oh man, warmer than I thought.
800 degrees, I think.
And it was Chelsea and I, and then our friends Michael and Abby. And I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that went up there that was dumb enough to go up there and do that. But I'm like, dude, if I'm here, I'm gonna get the whole experience. There was a guy I met that he was probably like mid-40s, mega plane nerd. I say that in like an endearing way. He was so nerdy. He knew everything about every plane, knew every type of engine, knew like the specifications of literally everything, and he was just talking to himself as he was watching all these planes fly over. So, you know, everybody can like their own thing. He was a little bit weird, but anyway, he was one of the only other people up there. So I'm like, I'm screwing it. I'm going up there. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna experience this. As it turns out, we were there in April 2017. 3 months after we were there, a 57-year-old woman died doing that. So you kind of like, you get up on the guardrail and then you hold on to the fence. And I don't know for sure. I didn't want to do too much research into it, but I assume that she was probably up on the fence and she got blown off, and there's concrete, there's the asphalt road right underneath it. So if you fall off and you land on the back of your head, that can definitely do you in. There have been a few issues, you know, there have been some injuries and stuff. I think that's the first death. There are signs that say not to do it. I didn't see the signs. Sometimes my eyesight doesn't really pay attention. But if you guys go, you definitely shouldn't do it. It's still just as cool to be back on the beach. It's honestly probably even crazier to be back on the beach because all the sand gets picked up and it just whips you, dude. I felt exfoliated afterwards. You know, sometimes you have those soaps that have like the little grainy particles in them, and it really feels like it gets you clean. Now imagine that, except instead of the gritty soap, it's sand, and instead of your hands, it's jet blast at 100 miles an hour, just pelting you all over with sand, putting sand in cracks that you didn't even know was there. It's a cool experience. I'm not gonna lie. So let's make sure we're coming in straight here. Obviously, we're pretty far out still. We're gonna want to be a little bit to the right, I think, and then aim a little bit more left. But we're gonna see what we can do here. Oh, we're in overspeed. Gonna want to slow this thing down a little bit. We're still trying to bleed off altitude. We're about 2,300 up. I'm gonna go ahead and put. I mean, we might be going a little bit too fast. Let's just put our flaps down for now. We're gonna put our flaps down, try to lose some speed. We probably want to be about 130, 140 knots, something like that. And then we'll put our landing gear down once we lose a bit. Probably get down to like 200 knots, something like that. But yeah, it's really cool. If you guys ever get the chance to go, I would definitely go. It's also a beautiful island with beautiful resorts and tons of snorkeling and fishing and all kinds of stuff. It's your traditional Caribbean island in that sense, but just has a very, very interesting, very unique airport. So I'm trying to, that's an airplane BH right there. I'm trying to take a look at the runway here. It's kind of off in the distance. Not really loading in perfectly, but we're going to be okay. One thing I am really excited about here, this is actually going to be the final episode on this computer. So tomorrow is when Marvel's Avengers releases, so of course I'm going to be playing a ton of that. We'll probably have videos going up all day of that. But tomorrow's also the day that my PC comes in. So I'm assuming we're going to be able to get that PC set up and you know, granted that there aren't any tech issues or anything like that, we should be running on the brand new PC with tons of frames, ultra quality, 1440p. I hope. We'll see what happens. I might run it at 1080 instead, but just have really high frame rates. But if we could get 1440, 60 FPS, then that's going to be all gravy, baby. I'm really excited for that. We actually had a fantastic approach here, Trev. We're at about 460 feet. We're at about 140 knots. We might be a little bit high, but being a little bit too high is better than landing it in the Caribbean. Although those waters are super warm and nice, but it looks like we're gonna be able to just set this thing down perfectly. I cannot believe how this is our best landing that we have ever had in a jet.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Okay, you know, a little rough on the first touchdown there. Had to really kind of use the shocks, but dude, that was sick. Now let's do a sick drift over into the thing. Oh yeah, look at that. Now we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Perfectly executed. Technically, we actually want to get all the way over there. You guys think we can make it? I think we might be able to make it. Don't want to go too fast. Should be able to put that guy underneath our wing. Be able to put most of these guys underneath the wing. All right. Ooh, tight fits, boys. We're gonna make our way to the gate. And I don't even really need to bring you guys to the gate because we're not done yet. We've got one more plane we're gonna have to fly, and that's gonna be the big quad engine jumbo jet. Oh hey, we've seen those little black cars at Area 51. But I'm going to go ahead and pull us in right here. All right. The jet bridge is going to go ahead and extend, and you guys are going to enjoy your vacation here in St. Martin. Thanks for joining us. But again, you're not done yet. We've got one more. The 747-8 Intercontinental. Cruise speed of 493 knots, max altitude of 43,100 feet, endurance of 16 hours, and a range of 8,000 nautical miles. This is the biggest jet in the game as of right now. And we're going to land it at MAHO. The more engines, the merrier, baby. Here we go, bringing in Big Bertha here. She's hungry and she wants some tarmac to eat. We got a bunch of souls on board. For whatever reason, they trusted in me to land them. I don't know if that's a decision I would have made, but I appreciate you. Now, it did spawn us in fairly close to the island, so just keep in mind, folks, this is a training exercise. There is nothing to worry about the fact that we are nosediving straight down into the water. We are picking up speed at a rapid rate. It is slightly terrifying, but it's going to be all right. You may see a couple of pieces of metal fly off the edge of the plane. We've got some weird clicking noises happening. I mean, you know, we are probably about to break the speed of the space-time continuum, but that's fine. It's all a part of your experience here at T. Martin Airlines. Don't be upset that you got a free roller coaster ride on your way in to your St. Martin vacation. So you know what? You guys just stop complaining. Y'all have got things pretty fortunate right now. So we're, oh shoot, dude, we gotta go flaps up, all the way up to be able to get this thing down. But then we gotta have flaps down to be able to get this thing to land. I think we're gonna have to spawn it way further back out. This is, I mean, this isn't the typical approach that you would have. So we're gonna go flaps all the way down. Here we go. Engine has been off this entire time. We're gonna go landing gear down. We're gonna see if we can just straight up send it. Landing gear should be going down. It's not going down. We're coming in way too hot. 300 knots. Can we land at 300 knots? Is the landing gear down? Can anyone confirm? Can anybody call like a friend outside? Who's picking you up from the airport? Can you let me know if my landing gear's down? I don't think it's down, but we're gonna try. You got plenty of space, Trev. Plenty of space. I don't see any landing gear. Okay, we're gonna go up and around. Don't worry, folks. Again, just a part of your payment. Just a part of the T. Martin Airlines experience. I mean, that actually wasn't that bad at all. As long as we can get up over this hill, which I think we should be able to. Gonna be able to see a little bit more of the island here. Oh my goodness, dude. This is insanity. There's still some clicking going on. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, this is the island of St. Martin. In case you guys were looking for a little bit more of an all-inclusive tour here. Again, in all seriousness, one of the most beautiful islands I've seen. It's gorgeous. You know, nice mountains. Not too high though, like high enough you can go on a couple of nice little hikes, have some lookout points and stuff like that. Beautiful waters, beautiful beaches. Just an absolutely incredible island. So that last one, we were just trying to cut corners. I mean, every time I've got to go back to the main menu, change our plane, and then I pick a random spot out here in the ocean. I had been picking spots that were like 3 to 4 minutes out from where we were landing. That time I tried to pick one that was 2 minutes out. 2 minutes was not enough time to lose our altitude, so got a little bit further of an approach here. Gonna be able to just slowly, calmly, normally lose our altitude, and I'll see you guys when we get close. Hold on a second. Yo, what? Yo, Mr. Pilot, what are you doing? Oh my God, dude, he was gonna crash. I put it on auto. Oh, what just happened? Oh, we're in trouble. I put it on autopilot, and he's supposed to go land at SXM. Are we even on route anymore? I was getting that cool thing. Oh my goodness, dude, we are way off course. We're gonna try to make this work, fellas. I was trying to get the little montage there to get some cool little angles and stuff, and I was like, yo, dude, just take the yoke, you know, no big deal. Just kind of fly it in that general direction. And then I'll pick it back up when we're about to land. And I mean, that is not what happened there. So we are completely offline at this. This is just a disaster. Please don't ever put me in a 747. I mean, I've got so much respect for what pilots can do. Like, this is just insane. Think about flying this giant thing with hundreds of souls on board that you're responsible for. One mistake and you can, I mean, oh, it is terrifying. So we definitely need to go a little bit more left. We're gonna have to bank it right at the end, I think. Airstrip should be somewhere around there. We're up to 1300. Definitely want to bring our airspeed and landing gear and everything down. Are we gonna be able to even put the landing gear down? We're trying to put our flaps down, and that's making us go up in the air. Oh my gosh, dude, this is okay. Honestly, this is 100% the co-pilot's fault. I'm trying to correct something the co-pilot did. I'm not doing a great job doing that. At least we've got the landing gear coming down this time. So we've got to lose oh wow, that's a lot of landing gear, dude. Those are a lot of wheels, tons of wheels there, huge wheels. Okay, so we've got to lose a lot of speed. We've got to lose some altitude as well. We basically have our engines turned off. I'm gonna start dropping our flaps a bit. We can't go all the way down because that shoots us all the way back up in the sky. We're gonna go flaps down slowly to help bleed off the speed, but also still be able to lose our altitude. We're at 760, 600. I feel like we're coming in hot, but we might be able to make this work. 300. We're coming in way too hot, dude. I'm gonna blame it on the co-pilot. It's not my fault. I'm not liable. Way too hot. But we're gonna try it.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Slow! Slow her down! Slow her down! Slow down, you big mother sucker! I turned the engines off. I turned everything off. Slow your roll. I'm gonna go flaps all the way. Ah! We're not gonna make it. I love you guys. I enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys did too. Goodbye.